A country smaller than New York City just became the world's first fully AI-governed nation. Every citizen has a digital twin. Every decision runs through algorithms, and the results are breaking every record on Earth. But the truth behind this will shock you, because they're not just building a smart city, they're creating something that could change humanity forever. Let me show you exactly how this happened. Meet Singapore, a tiny island nation with only 6 million people, smaller than Rhode Island. Yet they're building the most advanced digital society ever created. It started in 2014 with a quiet announcement. The government launched something called Smart Nation. Most people thought it was just fancy tech talk. They were wrong. Singapore invested over $2.5 billion into a radical plan. They wanted to connect every single thing in their country to AI, traffic lights, buildings, hospitals, even garbage cans. But here's the twist. They weren't just adding technology. They were redesigning how humans live, and what they discovered changed everything we thought we knew about the future. Now here's where things get really interesting. Singapore installed sensors on absolutely everything. Over 110,000 sensors across the entire island. They track every car, every person, every movement in real time. Cameras with facial recognition watch every street corner. Your phone becomes a tracking device the moment you enter. Sounds scary, right? But wait, crime dropped by 32% in just 3 years. Ambulances now arrive 20% faster because AI predicts emergencies before they happen. Traffic jams basically vanished. The system adjusts every traffic light based on real-time data. Here's what blows my mind. If you're elderly and don't leave your home for days, sensors alert authorities. They check on you automatically. This saved over 200 lives last year alone. Singapore turned their entire country into one giant smart computer, and every citizen is connected to it, whether they know it or not. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. Singapore created digital twins for everything, not just buildings or roads. Actual digital copies of every single person. They call it Virtual Singapore. It's a complete 3D model of the entire country, down to every tree and lamppost. But here's the insane part. The AI runs millions of simulations every single day, testing different scenarios. What happens if a flood hits this neighborhood? How do we evacuate 2 million people during a crisis? The system already knows. It's practiced 1,000 times. They used this during COVID. While other countries struggled, Singapore's AI predicted outbreak hotspots 3 days in advance. They deployed testing teams before people even showed symptoms. Their death rate stayed among the lowest on Earth. Now they're going further. The government launched a digital identity system called SingPass. Every citizen has one digital profile connected to everything. Your medical records, bank accounts, voting, taxes. Everything runs through one AI-verified identity. Over 4.5 million people use it daily. You can start a business in 15 minutes, get approved for housing in hours. The average person saves 60 hours per year just on paperwork. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. Singapore isn't just tracking people, they're predicting human behavior. The AI can forecast what you'll do before you do it, where you'll go, what you'll buy, when you might get sick. They built something called the National AI Strategy. By 2030, they plan to have AI make most government decisions, not humans. Algorithms will decide healthcare priorities, urban planning, even economic policy. Here's what nobody talks about. The system already influences 40% of major government decisions right now. When COVID hit, AI decided which businesses could stay open, which neighborhoods got locked down first. Human officials just approved what the computer recommended, and it worked. Their economy recovered faster than almost any developed nation. But there's a darker edge. Singapore has the death penalty for drug trafficking. AI now helps identify suspects at borders using behavior analysis. The system watches how you walk, where you look, how you sweat. It flags suspicious people before they even reach customs. Over 12,000 people get flagged monthly. Privacy doesn't exist here anymore, but citizens don't seem to care because crime is nearly zero and life is incredibly efficient. So what does all this mean for us today? Singapore proved something terrifying and amazing at the same time. Total surveillance actually works. When AI knows everything about everyone, society runs like clockwork. But here's the cost. Freedom becomes optional. The government recently proposed an AI system that scores citizens on behavior. Similar to China's social credit, good behavior gets rewards, bad behavior restricts your access to services. It hasn't passed yet, but the technology is ready. For young people watching this, Singapore represents a possible future. Imagine applying for a job and the AI already knows your entire life history. Every website you visited, every place you went, every person you talked to. Companies are watching Singapore very closely. Dozens of cities worldwide are copying their model. Dubai, Amsterdam, Toronto, they all want the same system. The tech industry loves it because Singapore became a testing ground for surveillance capitalism. Every major AI company has offices there now. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Alibaba. They're all building the tools that could spread globally. Within 20 years, this could be normal everywhere. The question isn't if this technology will spread, it's whether we'll have any choice in accepting it. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. Singapore's real genius wasn't the technology, it was the timing. They built all of this before anyone noticed, before global debates about AI ethics, before privacy laws caught up. They created a system so embedded into daily life that citizens can't imagine living without it now. Try removing it, and society would collapse overnight. That was always the plan. Make people dependent first, ask permission later. And here's the final twist. Other countries are quietly doing the same thing. They're just moving slower and staying quieter. The UK has more surveillance cameras per person than Singapore. China has even more advanced AI tracking. America's tech companies already know more about you than Singapore's government knows about its citizens. Singapore isn't an exception. They're just 10 years ahead. If this opened your eyes, you need to see what's happening in your own country right now. Let's recap what we just uncovered. Singapore built the world's first AI-governed nation using 110,000 sensors and complete digital surveillance. They created digital twins of every citizen and use AI to predict human behavior before it happens. The technology worked so well that crime dropped, efficiency skyrocketed, and other countries are racing to copy them. But the cost is total privacy elimination. If this story shocked you, smash that subscribe button, because next week I'm revealing how China's social credit system actually works and why it's spreading faster than anyone realizes. Drop a comment and tell me, would you trade your privacy for a perfectly efficient society? Let's talk about it. I'll see you in the next one.